of in North America. More of the rare comp.
The Spark right in the green. Tracer and Godsby already striking. Puts Fitz in the ground, and that's a quick start for the Spark.
That great start here, especially picking off the Sombra that early.
Around the EMP. Fitz finally dropped the EMP, and it's more that gets struck. Wuxue down immediately, and Seoul, they drop the barrier to be sure. And the one good part here for Seoul, well, they don't have to use play.
Yep, IDK in the show.
Comes in, here comes Prophet, played out. Barrier comes in. Go down on Spark, and again, they're looking a little bit drained.
Yeah, you know, it's something that a lot of people might tell you is when he's already at low energy like that, but when everyone's grouped up and it shows for a little bit of energy before he actually launches that one in their face. Nope, he drops it right away.
The Graviton from QQ sets up Godsby right there in the fall through, and this is just such a tough fight for the Dynasty, completely outgunned in ultimate power. And though they were able to take some of the previous fights, I mean, this is the danger of being so far behind early. Eventually, you have to win a fight like this, and it's quite difficult.
Yeah, Shatters out just to guarantee a kill here, and I don't think Seoul really have any legs to stand on at this point. EMP's not even ready. The sad ending. To chip away at those heroes that are trying to come in, like the Winston. There's the flashbang.
Yeah, Godsby played this differently. Before, he was a lot more aggro, looking for Lily Tick. This time, he played back with his team, pushing Genji. So, an adaptation here for the Spark, and it's working out really well for Godsby. Takes down 2. Fitz is able to get him at the very end, but the Spark are still very far ahead as Architect's able to chase down the shell.
Yeah, the thing is, the old McCree, before McCree's firing rate,
they said to move in on Seoul. After Fitz teleports out, they pop the coal, they engage, they look for Michelle. Michelle inside very, very low here. And Spark, they're able to connect. They take him down. And that's a great use of engage there, Wolf, where you just wait for the Sombra to get out.
Yeah, that was actually perfect timing for Hangzhou Spark as well. I love to see hard commitments like that. The Coalescence especially, because if the fight goes
DK from above, drops the beat, nullifies a lot of the EMP. So still a winnable fight here for the Spark. You gotta look at QQ, he's gonna be looking to set up the Graviton. Michelle doesn't have it here just yet. Wuxue has the Shatter. 2 down for the Spark. I think they hold here, Wolf. Still in a great position, even with the Dynasty taking this fight.
Yeah, Dynasty take it. They don't use the Dragon Blade, so, you know, very reminiscent of a lot of bot, but sometimes the hacks alone are good enough. Here's the grab coming out from Michelle to try to delay.
That's a super early grab, and they played into it before the finish, but again, I think if you're the Spark, you're just going, okay, that's cool. You just used a bunch. Oh, look at the replay. Curious amounts of damage are coming in here from the Spark. They take down 3, and that's it. The Dynasty pretty much done.
Yeah, that's going to be all she writes for this one. I mean, solid ult economy advantages across the board for Hangzhou Spark. Seoul Dynasty needed to control tempo. Mercy allows him to make risky plays, risky jumps forward like this, because he's just constantly being pocketed.
67%, it's not a bad build at all. Prophet gets caught, and aside from the early pickup, Prophet's had a tough time. Not really much of a vault charge. Look at Architect in the back, putting Fitz in real danger. IDK finishes it off, and now take a look at this. Architect just about ready to go in the blade. Fitz out of the fight, and worst case scenario for the next year will be if Spark gets through this and they don't have to blade, Marvel's out of the fight. That's looking very likely.
Yeah. Like this is going to be a kind of slow finish here, but they are going to grab it. Slime just using Valkyrie, probably going to swap off of the Mercy. You have to expect that wasn't going to save them or anything. A little bit kind of blade here. This could be an insane time bank. If Fitz dies early,
this is real bad. Even the Resurrection can get the Spark with a huge advantage. Architect brings up the blade. Marvel already down. Architect just slicing the Dynasty apart. And this is looking like the Spark are going to be speedrunning here, Wolf.
Yeah, they didn't even have to use trance. Is Baby gonna hold this trance? I mean, he used it just for fun. Not even necessary. Trying to force his way around.
Architect takes down Fitz, builds the blade at the same time. Blade out, cuts down Prophet. And just clean stuff for Architect. Such a good pickup of Spark here.
Yoshi trying to trade one, but he's actually staggering himself essentially. Will go down. And it's not favorable for Hanzo in this case.
Well, it's definitely not ideal, but this time Godsby falls first. The Prophet has the blade in store. The Resurrection is there. Spark back to full strength. Bob spot a little bit of time, but Fitz this time puts Godsby in the ground for good. A little bit of redemption here for Fitz as the Dynasty up 1. Look for point A. Prophet brings out the blade in the back, finds 2. And the the Dynasty not going to be locked out of point A.
Yeah, really nice play from Prophet. He kind of cut the team in half before blading. And QOQ, he knows he's over here with Bebe in the back. They were hoping to stall things out with the trance, and
one's under pressure to make a move in this next fight. They're just kind of playing good team solo. They'll drop the ground eventually. Poor played. Heck, waits for the opportunity to move in. It's not clean for the Spark, but it's good enough, right? It forces them all to the Dynasty, and more importantly, drops enough members that the fight's over.
yeah, it was, the execution was less than perfect, but like you're saying, I mean, he doesn't have to be perfect in these situations, and you just want to force that fight off the point no matter what. If you force it on the point, Badosian has trance a lot of time. Architect's got Blade here.
Goes up, finds Badosian. One down already, much bigger for the defenders. Architect takes down Simon, and supports out of the fight. That's pretty much going to be it for this fight for the Dynasty.
There's no way they have any staying power here, and Marvel's going to have his ultimate, but I don't think he wants to use it. He dies first.
Yeah, I mean, their only hope for Dynasty to swing that fight around would just be flawlessly taking everyone down before they take any damage. I mean, you lose 2 healers, it's pretty much done.
Yeah, they're going to snipe it looking for EMP charge. He wants this kill.
Ooh, it's a nice coordination there. They take down Bebe with the hack into Marvel diving in. Remember, the Dynasty, they need to take this point with time remaining on the clock, so a little under 40 seconds really left remaining. IDK falls. We'll see if the Dynasty can do it, but Architect takes down 2 in the back. Architect, again, cutting the Dynasty's legs out from under them. It's down, but Architect still here, slicing through. One more slice. Sorry, can't quite find it just yet. The Dynasty keeping the pressure up, but Marvel's down. Gushway, Rez back up, and there's not enough presence left here for the Dynasty.
Yeah, that was actually insane support that he got too from Bebe and IDK to stay alive that long. QOQ also giving a little bit of help there with the D-Matrix, but looks like this is going to be a big fat L, unfortunately, for the Seoul Dynasty. There's just no way to even contest the point.
Yeah, and now they're forced all the way back. I mean, someone who's there for overtime, it's not going to be long. Okay, they have someone for overtime. But the Spark, they're able to pull everyone back. Marvel's out of it. Surely, this is an A thing that leads to something. It's not. And the Spark go up 2-0.
Zarya's immobile, but she can still, you know, right-click jump her way up to these positions and beam people down. Now Seoul Dynasty's cut in half.
Gesture solo. Alyssa gets caught. Gesture going to buy the farm at the same time. And the Dynasty, they never got a coordinated dive there, Wolf. The Spark just kind of walked forward. Kept everyone
Keep getting split off from your supports.
Architect looking for the early Zen pick. So close yet so far. Has to use the bomb, but still delivers. Meanwhile, Gesture just gets melted on the front. The other problem with the dive here for the Dynasty so far, Wolf, is that Gesture gets low early and no one else can go in because your Winston's already transcendent time here for the Dynasty. They try and just break out, get a little bit of contest going on, and Prophet takes matters into his own hands. 2 already. Looking out for the Reinhardt, heavy pressure, and Prophet finally comes alive for the Dynasty, and they'll buy them some sorely needed space here in second.
Trying to regroup, but they're cut into several different pieces. Now they finally get onto the card.
Come back up, the Dynasty still in the full 6. Badosian getting dropped for Transcendence here. The Spark in danger. Earth Shatter comes in from Gushway, but the problem is Spark's been so wounded that the Falter's not going to be there, Wolf. And the Dynasty in a pretty decent spot, so as far as they don't get C9.
Well, this is the first real challenge, arguably, that Hunters had all series long, right? Where on Anubis, it was just kind of smooth sailing across the board here.
Dynasty, their playing split on the top right now. Godspeed able to take down Gesture. This time, the aggression is punished. Alyssa trying to compensate, immediately taken down, gets caught in the grab. And the Spark, this time they play it well. They wait to punish Gesture. The blade is forced, and they're going to get point B. But a lot of time was burned off the clock there by Seoul.
Counter dive here with the Death Blossom. Quite potent against those high health full heroes.
Oh, they go in from behind immediately in the Godspeed's Death Blossom. Kind of get rejected. Prophet was looking for the pulse bomb, didn't find the opportunity. And now the Spark just on cleanup duty here in the Dynasty. They have to get out, they have to reset. And they have to be careful the Spark don't finish. Gushway, meanwhile, he just drops a shadow on Gesture. Takes down his main tank counterpart, Michelle, eating a ton of focus fire right after. I don't think Michelle's getting away. No, chased on down by Godspeed. And now the front line for the Dynasty. It's gone. The Spark, they're totally healthy. This is going to be a decent time for Route 66.
Yeah, I think they just finish it right here. The sound barrier just to help close it out. Gesture is just going to get focused down so hard by the Reaper.
Gesture's out of it. Dynasty, they're going to try and stall. I mean, look, they can stall for another 20 seconds. It doesn't happen. This is It's kind of one of those higher risk, high reward situations, but so far, works out. They take down Bebe, and the dive stands out. But here's Architect, the Blade, looking to equalize here for the Spark, and not the worst for the defense, but they're still in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the regroup here, last attempt to test A with Valk, but Bebe's already dead.
Yeah, I mean, now it's just going to be the Valkyrie hope for a pick up, but Godspeed's down. It's 4v6. This is so tough if you're the Spark. Get the Rose off on Bebe, but Architect's out of fight. The Dynasty, this should be easy cleanup here. Regardless of how it goes down, it should be stalled for the Spark. Yeah, Gushui's able to get Toby, but the Dynasty are in good control here. Should be pointed.
The composition for the Spark's a little bit weird, right? They're running the Zarya throwing ults in like that if they're not going to win these fights. Ooh, the trance as well here. I don't know about that.
Prophet ends up falling from it though. Okay, Godspeed out of the fight again. Godspeed just keeps getting dove on here, Wolf, over and over again. And it's by the Dynasty now, starting to get good momentum. They're supporting Gesture better, they're getting early pickoffs, and Godspeed's had enough. He swapped to Sombra.
Yeah, I mean, look, Bebe trances early because he wants to. Wouldn't be surprised if they commit.
Because they let Architect live. Oh no. Crowd gets nothing. Prophet takes on Bebe. Architect gonna try and be the hero now, but this is a forced blade. This is tough. Prophet go down. Architect slicing around. 30 HP. Taken on out. Gesture just knocking people around. Back at spawn 3 for Gesture. And the Dynasty real close to saying an insane time here on Route 66.
EMP is out here, but I don't know if the follow-up damage is going to be there. He just gets blown up instantly. They're trying to delay.
Well, the D.Va gets back out here, so the delay is going to come in for just a little bit longer. Wins it on out. Spark have hit a decent rhythm here. People coming in for delay. I just wonder how long they're going to be able to keep it up. The Transcendence really helps here, Wolf.
Yeah, it's going to buy at least 10 seconds extra. And it's going to give one more spawn to touch. But it looks like it is starting to be the beginning of the end here. Kyoku tries to wait till the last second, but even he comes in.
Go on, they do. Gesture suddenly starting to get pretty low. Now, Gesture get out in time. No, Gesture's taken down. And that's exactly what the Spark are looking for. Medosin ends up falling. And this is the problem when you don't have the Zarya, Wolf.
No, yeah, this is starting to become worst case scenario for Seoul Dynasty. You know, with a small time bank like this, you're hoping you hold A. Not only do they not hold A, but everyone's dying as A is being taken. Probably going to see some staggers here.
Blade is up. Just needs to wait out the cold, move in, does just that. Blade ready to go, takes down IDK. And listen, ready to put this one away. Needs a little bit more. Oh, gets taken for a ride. It's not going to be enough, though. The Blade still does more than enough damage. And, all right, the ball works out for Dynasty.
I am saying, like, they need to get out here and do more, but they're kind of trapped. Like, Gesture's primaling basically in spawn, trying to survive. Now they can Blade. There's grabs out.
Yeah, listen, just stuck here. I mean, the barrier's going to keep him alive, but they just used a lot of resources to get out of spawn. I mean, yeah, they have a time bank advantage, or had, I should say. Okay, they're going to beat, they're going to try and win it. It's been a good beat by IDK at that. Shell goes for the grab. It's not a great grab. Ultra isn't necessarily there. The Spark, they're fighting it back, and this is the worst case scenario for the Dynasty. They don't even get the EMP fight.
Yeah, it really was. You know, I think a lot of it goes back to the Sombra pick, you know, that you were skeptical of, and just did not get value. They didn't have the staying power on the point. This is just going to be a slow death here, but victory bells are already ringing for Hangzhou Spark, man. The results screen, the production is just waiting to press the button.
Now, as I say this is the part where a caster, you just start getting a little bit anxiety going, wait. The Spark, like, they took down everyone on the point. Surely, there's no craziness that's going to happen here, right? Right. Thank you, Spark. Thank you.